But without complaint, the riders heading into North Station are grateful for the body heat and the electricity that awaits them inside the Fleet Center. Winter 2003 has been bitter in Boston. Frigid temperatures, wind chills your bones remember long after you made it inside. Years from now, descriptions of the deep freeze will underscore the stories. Stories about a handful of hockey games played on the first 2 Mondays in February. For 50 years running, the same 4 teams, Boston University, Harvard, Boston College, and Northeastern, have competed in a tournament called the Beanpot.
The Beanpot tournament is probably a natural outgrowth of 2 great traditions in Boston, the tradition of education and the tradition of hockey. When you look at the 4 institutions that make up the Beanpot field every year, they're the 4 that really built Boston in a very real way. Harvard, 1636, the Pilgrims, BC and BU around the time of the Civil War. Northeastern came along a little bit later. They're all very, very different, yet they all played great hockey. And Boston is the birthplace of hockey in America.
Don't try to get cute, because they're going to gap up tight on you.
Two semis, a final, and a consolation game. Very simple. This year, the winner of Harvard BU will meet the winner of BC Northeastern.
Miller from the top of the left circle as it's stolen. Maybe a chance for the Crimson. 2-on-1. Kalarick looks up ahead, shoots, and Field makes the stop.
Put the puck on the net.
Harvard coach Mark Mazzolini grew up in Green Bay, Wisconsin.
Who's got who?
Rooting for the Packers, idolizing Lombardi.
Every attack, we're getting the puck to the hole now.
So he understands all too well the task at hand when taking on the BU Terriers. They are the Green Bay Packers of college hockey, with the history, the tradition, the championships.
Miser the shot. Gromit Morris up with the glove again.
Now in his 4th season, Mazzolini has rebuilt a once proud Harvard hockey program. But Crimson alumni would be quick to point out he's yet to win the Beanpot.
Forwards, I want your attention on my voice.
BU comes out determined to out-hit Harvard, but the Crimson answer, check for check. Goaltenders Sean Fields of BU and Harvard's Dove Gromit Morris take turns keeping the game scoreless through the first period. Hot goaltending can make all the difference in a 2-game series like the Beanpot.
Let's press them, guys. Press them.
Danny Smith scores from the left point. Right off the face-off, able to get it by Fields, and the Crimson is struck first.
Jack Parker had insisted that Harvard was the favorite in this game because of the Crimson's superior record, but nobody was impressed. In his 30 years, Parker's BU squad had won 16 Beanpots, including 7 of the last 8. It never seems to matter which of the 4 teams is the best on paper. BU has virtually owned the Beanpot.
We played in 3 when I was a player. We won all 3, and that was nice, but it's not about me. It's about my players. They're only going to play in 4 of them, or 3 of them, or whatever amounts they play, but those are the people that were concerned about having the right experience.
Well, I always wanted to play in the Beanpot, and then I remember when Coach said to me, so if you want to play in a Beanpot, you can go anywhere, but if you want to win one, there's only one place to go.
Now right back comes Welch for Kalarick, and Charlie Johnson was in the zone.
Going to be an interference call.
Tied up with Meyer.
What? He's calling that on Charlie Johnson? Torgy! All he's trying to do is get back! That's a horse call!
That was a big, big break for BU. That was trouble looming.
Fields for Freddie Meyer. Up to the far wing, now Miller. In transition, a shift, Miller's in the circle, wrist and a goal! Brian Miller from the far circle. And the Terriers tie the hockey game with 8:41 left second period.
At the end of 2 periods, Harvard won, Boston University won.
You can walk from Northeastern to BU, and from BU to Harvard, and from Harvard out to Boston College. I mean, it's all walkable. Hockey's a fraternity. I mean, they might have certain colors, but they know the other guy. And the guy from BC likes the guy from Harvard, except on the ice.
This is a staple of Boston's sporting life, like opening day at Fenway, the Marathon, rowing at the head of the Charles. And more than that, the Beanpot is Boston. History accented with working-class simplicity. Hockey sanctified. Deep-rooted rivalries renewed. Everything about the Beanpot is uniquely Boston, even its name.
It's apropos. Beanpot, home of the bean and the cod. It's Boston baked beans.
All the coaches, linesmen, the referees, they'd all meet here at Durgan Park, and they'd have their lunch, you know, kibitz, and then wander over to the old Boston Garden. And they had no trophy. They didn't know what they were going to award the winners. So then they looked up and they saw the Durgan Park Beanpot, the Beanpot that we do baked beans in, and they said, geez, that'd make a wonderful trophy.
We take great pride in it. And you know the nice thing? It's still the Beanpot. It's not the Honda Beanpot or some other thing, and I think that's the lure of it. It is still a great amateur tournament, and I hope it never changes.
It's a perfect day in Gloucester on Boston's North Shore. Temperatures well below zero. The salt pond is frozen, and high school let out early after midterms. And some new faces show up under winter caps. Fishermen. It's too cold, and the sea is too rough for them to fish. So they convene with the kids for a game of shinny. This is hockey stripped to its elements. Steel over ice, wood against rubber, no helmets, no pads, no boards, no boundaries. Just freedom on fresh glass. Remember? Sucking in deep gulps of frigid air, skating until your legs were numb, your eyes too weary to brave the wind and the icy spray a moment longer.
When I think back my days in high school, you didn't even have to say to meet down the pond. It was kind of, you had that half-an-hour window to fly home from school and grab your stick, grab your skates, and if you weren't there and the teams were even, you were kind of the odd man out.
When I was a little kid, I was brought up with the Beanpot. Every time I was on the pond, I wasn't talking about the Stanley Cup, I was talking about the Beanpot.
And for each kid, it wasn't enough to listen to the Beanpot on radio or watch it on TV. You had to be there. No tickets, no problem.
I used to actually sneak in. When the Fleet Center first opened up, the premium seating, it was pretty easy to sneak in. Knew a lot of people were coming out that door, and it wasn't a guard there, so we used to wait. My buddies and I used to wait and wait for the door to open up and kind of just run up to the balcony there and make sure no one was watching us, and then kind of grab better seats as the game went on.
Harvard and BU tied at 1 apiece, heading into the third period.
Let's just go back to the way we've been playing. Hard-nosed hockey.
The Crimson have a tall order to fill. Consolation game is just not in BU's vocabulary.
Let's play smart in all three zones. Let's make sure it's offense off of defense. When we get a chance to get the puck to the net, let's get it there in our goddamn hurry, and let's get in that goaltender's face. Come on, let's go. There you go, brother.
Get that third man high so our D can jam the wall. You got to engage with them if you want to play at this level.
It's a hot-blooded passion play on the ice. When these teams met in the '78 Beanpot, a fight broke out before the game began. It was later learned that the Harvard and BU players involved had been dating the same girl.
And now the Crimson, Kavanaugh, over the line, buying a little time, looks to fire in front there, and Pettit was headed to the net, and we are going to get a penalty on Freddie Meyer for holding.
Jack Parker has been frustrated all year by his team's tendency to take too many penalties. Captain Freddie Meyer has been one of the repeat offenders. This is his third trip to the box in the game.
Kennedy's there, trying to get away. Turns turns and fires. It's the side of the cage. The Welch one-timer deflected in front.
Billy Cleary, who retired from the Harvard head coaching position in 1990, could safely be called Mr. Beanpot. His father reffed the first Beanpot. Billy and his brother Bob both played for Harvard. Billy now attends the games with his son Bill, who also played for Harvard. And Billy has been involved as an athletic director, referee, or as an administrator since the Beanpot began. So there's been a Cleary associated with this tournament for half a century.
I get involved as a real avid alumnus and Harvard hockey supporter. My wife, she often says to me, why don't you go back on the bench, because I'm giving her elbows, you know, moving and moving my body English when someone doesn't move the puck out or shoot the puck. There was that aura, that excitement in the air. You could cut the tension with a knife. You know, the excitement to drop that puck and get going. I don't think you ever had to give a pep talk for the Beanpot. If you did, there was something wrong. It was bragging rights for Boston for that year amongst the 4 schools, and you wanted to make sure you were the one that had the bragging rights.
Ask Billy about the gold medal he won in the 1960 Olympics. He might jab your shoulder for emphasis to better tell you how he still gets goosebumps thinking about the USA emblem on his team jersey. His passion for amateur sports runs so deep, he's been known to throw pro scouts out of the Harvard press box.
When I was coaching, I wanted to see these young fellas win a Beanpot, and it's the same thing now. I want these fellas that are playing to get that same experience of winning a Beanpot.
Sent out by Novak to center ice. Charlie Johnson with Welch. Johnson to Welch. Great save by Fields. He comes across the crease and makes the stop on a 2-on-1 bid for the Crimson.
Sean Fields kicks away yet another Crimson opportunity.
Good job, gentlemen! Good job, gentlemen!
And you could hear the gasps. Feel the stomachs tighten up Storrow Drive, all the way to Cambridge.
Hey! Hey! D up! D up!
Off the draw, Freddie Meyer for a slapper to goal. Freddie Meyer drills it up high to the stick side of Grumman Morris. And the Terriers have a 2-1 lead. The captain puts them in front with 6:39 left.
Let's go. Get the change. Get the change. Let's go. Come on, boys. You got to believe in each other now.
In front shot hit the side of the net. A very big face-off coming up with 13 seconds left. Tip back to the point. Pettit tees it up, and up with it again is Sean Fields. That'll do it. The Terriers have advanced again, the tournament that they have dominated over the years, and they have placed themselves in the finals for the 5th.
Each year, Boston University expects to play on the second Monday in February in the Beanpot's championship game. It's become as sure a thing as sports can offer. So there's little celebration after this semifinal win, just a sigh of relief. Before the game, BU goaltender Sean Fields had stood alone, a study in concentration. Now he stood out as the difference in a tight game that could have gone either way, and what might have been weighed heavily in the Harvard locker room.
I couldn't be more proud of you. You played hard. You competed. That's hockey. There isn't anything I can say right now that's going to take away the pain. We all feel it. You know, it's your fuel to make you a better player and a better team. Coach couldn't ask anything more of that.
The Harvard hockey program is in good hands. The hands of a man from Green Bay. When he first came to Cambridge, Mark Mazzolini had heard of the Beanpot's hold on Boston, but he'd yet to feel it. Now for the man they call Coach Maz, the tournament's trophy remains elusive. Its magic does not. Most hockey fans outside of Boston know which teams play in the Beanpot, but for those who can only name 3 out of the 4, Northeastern is usually the team that doesn't spring to mind. The old Boston Arena, Northeastern's home rink, is over 90 years old. The first Beanpot was held there back in 1952. Northeastern didn't win the tournament that first year. For that matter, Northeastern didn't win it for the next 27 years in a row.
For the alumni of BC, Harvard, and BU, it was an annual celebration. For those who lived and died with Northeastern hockey, it was an annual humiliation. By the time 1980 arrived, we had a very strong group of hockey alumni that wanted Northeastern University to be out of the Beanpot.
Northeastern won in 1980, and thus by rekindling their own fire, kept another one burning.
Not only did it become perhaps the greatest victory of any sports team in Northeastern history, it also just might have saved the continuation of the Beanpot as we know it now.
Boys, we're ready, boys. Oh, yeah.
Everybody get involved here. Get your feet under you and we'll go from there.
Gentlemen, this is our night. This is our night. We're not here to be fancy. We're here to play as a team. 18 guys skating and a goalie. Playing as a team.
Lots of energy, fellas. Raise the energy level.
The opponent, Boston College. Everybody's favorite going in. At one point earlier in the season, ranked #1 in the country.
Just play. Just come and play. And more importantly than anything, go have some fun. Because if you're having some fun, you're going to light this thing up, and you're going to enjoy it till there's no end. All right? Let's get ourselves going. Come on, come on.
Bless these men. Imbue them tonight with the courage to excel in all they do. Let their play tonight be a sign of their uncommon desire to carry higher than all the others the colors of their school, and send home every young fan dreaming of the day of their first Beanpot. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name.
Mike Ryan put his own with a shot and a pad save.
Northeastern senior captain Mike Ryan is getting one last chance to play in the Beanpot because he passed on an offer to play in the NHL with the Dallas Stars.
We don't back off, all right?
He earned the honor of wearing a C on his jersey with his leadership and character, both of which came into play when he decided there was another honor he hadn't earned.
I really didn't put my hands on a Beanpot. They wanted me to get a good grasp of it, but I don't know if superstition or not, but I'm not gonna touch that thing yet. You know, I haven't been able to touch it the last 3 years. I don't deserve it yet, so I'll wait till that second Monday, see if I deserve it or not.
84 is back, bands on it, Ryan steals and misses the net.
Come on, game time, guys, game time. Let's keep the shift short, guys, keep the shift short. That's a real good shift. That's a real good shift, guys.
Jerry York played for Boston College from 1965 to 1967.
Come on, Ned. Good face-off.
Winning one Beanpot and the Walter Brown Award for the top player in New England.
Turn it!
In his 8 seasons behind the bench for his alma mater, he has molded a team in his image.
Come on, gang. Come on, gang. Come on, gang.
A finesse team. A skating team so skilled that one Northeastern player remarked, "We hardly touched the puck when we played them earlier in the season."
Would you just stay out here, find out who's going to go, then get to the net? Up, slow up your side. He'll mirror the center.
Huskies hold it in. Ryan looking to center and tipped away for the moment. Guerrero keeps it in. Hit front, Ortliff. Score! Away for the moment. Guerrero keeps it in. Hit front, Ortliff. Scores for the Huskies on the second bid. Beltiainen stopped the first one, but Ortliff tucks it by him, and the Huskies have struck first.
End of the first period. Northeastern 1, Boston College nothing. Local kids formed the Beanpot's dream pool. Kids who, if they could, would spend every waking hour and even their sleeping hours on the ice. rink rats they're called. When a kid like Ned Havern, a sophomore at Boston College, makes the jump from rink rat to bean potter, buttons pop off chests, swelling with pride all over town. Havern hails from Arlington, one of Boston's hockey hotbeds.
When he was 6 years old, he would come to our hockey camp. We were doing a drill, and next thing I know, I have a youngster pulling on my pant. And he said, "Coach, do you want me to demonstrate the drill?" And I said, "Who are you?" He said, "I'm Ned."
I probably owe the Arlington rink about 300-400 pucks that I stole over the years. Climbing under the stands, I'd bring my little stash home, and I had a setup in my basement. We had an old net the guy from the rink gave me. I'd shoot every day, just pick them up, reload. Mom would make the rules, you know, no shooting past 10.
All 4 Beanpot teams have rink rats who grew up in these ice-bottom warehouses. They all knew when the best pickup games were played. They were pals with the Zamboni driver and the guy who sharpened skates. Some even slipped into the rinks after closing and skated with flashlights.
I was probably 5 years old when I learned that every rink's got an emergency exit. Every rink has that back door that all it takes is one nudge and you're in. That's where it all began for me. Just hanging around the rink and, you know, taking it all in. And that's when you really, you know, gain a love for the game.
I thought the first probably 8-9 minutes of the game was no real jump to us. So we were just kind of playing tentative. We're going to keep it simple now. Just move pucks and skate.
Great period, gentlemen. Great period. We're shortening this game. We shortened it from 60 to 40 minutes. Let's keep the focus. Let's keep ourselves jacked. Come on, boys. Compete. When you're tired, compete some more. Come on. Let's go. Keep it up. I've told kids that we win the Beanpot here, you won't have to worry about walking to school. People will carry you.
Walker couldn't play it. And now in front. Forrest steps up and scores. Boston College has tied the score at 1.
Mike, really all started out here. Just get it deep, okay? Just hold it. I don't give a Michael, get it deep.
Out of the box is Mudrick. Possible 2-on-1. Ryan with a shot. Got the Einen with a stop. Glove save. Nicely done. Centering pass in front. Score. Boston College pulls ahead 2-1.
They had been down a goal, but the Eagles didn't panic. Their relentless pressure eventually wore Northeastern down.
Go, Forrest with a one-timer wide of the net. Rebound, and Gilhooly tries to wrap it up. Can't. Tony Vos puts it home for the Eagles. Power play goal for Boston College, and the Eagles go on top 3-1.
20-minute game now, boys.
Yeah, that team's primed over there, boys. That team's primed to be beat. They're over there thinking they wish Harvard won the first game because I think they're already playing people.
Yeah, that little shit Walker came up to me and said, "You're done." He fucking thinks this game's done. We'll show him another.
Let's go.
Come on, fellas. Don't need home runs. We don't need anything fancy, boys. We're beating them.
The F word is the root of the most multi-purpose adjective in working-class Boston and its hockey community. It can modify any word, add urgency to any sentiment.
We are gonna hunt this team down like a pack of dogs and rip the life out of it.
So the Huskies went hunting. They even caught a BC freshman with his head down. But all told, it amounted to an empty gesture.
Eves will go right circle and shoot. Good save by Gilhooly and a score on the rebound.
BC advanced to the championship game 5-2. There is value in losing, the slow-burning kind, obscured in the moment, acknowledged only begrudgingly over time. But for now, the coach's advice is to leave it all behind.
When you walk out of here, keep your head high. Sit on this for a while, and then discard it. Discard it. Plain and simple.
In his travels down the road, Mike Ryan will be stronger for a senior season with twice as many losses as wins. But first, he must find the strength to exit the arena and face the cold night air that awaits him on the streets of Boston. It's 10 a.m. on Sunday, February 9th, the day before the Beanpot Championship game.
One lap.
Jerry York, the coach of Boston College, is putting his Eagles through their final paces before their meeting with Boston University.
Work on your pivots now, work on your pivots.
The drills are fluid and precise.
Forwards, backwards, angles, half and
The
half.
passes are crisp. The skating is streamlined and sure.
Back out to the red, back out to the red, back out to the red. D, back him up, D, follow it. Oh!
The 2-hour session ends with a ceremonious shooting drill. The teammate who scores the most is awarded a belt he'll keep in his locker until the next practice.
Greg, it's your chance here. ESPN right here. Too cute, too cute.
Tim Kelleher, a backup goalie, wins the shootout. His brother played at BU. Just a coincidence? Perhaps. A 10-minute drive down Commonwealth Avenue brings you to Boston University, where the Terriers stage their last workout before the championship.
This way, take a skate, let's go! Hurry up! Move your feet! Move your feet! Get up, get up, get up!
As a player, Jack Parker was known as a grinder.
Attaboy, stay with it!
When he helped BU win 3 Beanpots between 1966 and 1968.
Get out of there, get out of there! Go!
His practice reflects that work ethic.
Get him in! You and you. Wet. Crow. Here's the point. Come on, John! Get on him! Get in, Farrell, get in! Stay with him, Kenny! Come on, Brian, don't let him beat you off the wall! Don't let him beat you off the wall! Let's get after him. Let's chase him down until just before they get to the net. If you can get to him before they get to the net, get there. Woo!
BU's mission, slow down Boston College with a heavy dose of forechecking.
What is this, a bowling alley here?
Discourage them.
Quiet! Get on him!
Intimidate them.
Get back!
Let them know why BU's won 7 out of the last 8 Beanpots.
Have a candy. You look like you're all upset here. Come on. Even though you don't like me, Fro, have a candy. Have one of my candies, man. You sure? Huh? Come on, have one. For later, maybe.
For the most part, BU athletics means ice hockey. 4 national championships and 24 Beanpots to their credit. The winning tradition began when Jack Kelly stepped behind the bench in 1962. One of his prized players, a local kid from Somerville named Jackie Parker, took the reins in 1973 and built on the foundation laid by Kelly.
You'd hear the old phrase, success breeds success in BU. I don't know, the BU kid jumps on the ice, you know, he's in the locker room, he's like 6 foot tall. He jumps on the ice, he's 6'6". They stand tall.
In this year's championship, BU's storied past is countered by more recent history. The BC Eagles are the favorites because they beat the Terriers in all 3 of their meetings so far this season. Each game was hard-fought and low-scoring. In this, the 3rd regular season game, the momentum turned with a fluke goal. Sean Fields had a lapse in concentration, the kind that can come over goaltenders at any level, at any time. Hopefully, only one time.
You say anything particular before the game?
BCBU.
Monday, February 10th, 3 p.m. A dusting of snow lends an otherworldly aspect to an afternoon on Frog Pond. It can be the quietest, most peaceful of pleasures, skating on ice. But a world away from the serenity down Commonwealth Avenue are young men who take to frozen surfaces to compete. The BC Eagles are all business as they prepare for their trip to the Fleet Center. At this point, the 3 earlier victories are as much a burden as a barometer of their strength as a team. They must forget about that now. The Beanpot Championship is what Boston will remember.
What's going on tonight, boys? Get it going, boys.
Not tournament, boys. Come on, Rick.
A lot of bumps.
Oh, yeah. 60-minute effort, boys.
Go, Murph, huh? Strong on the wall there now, huh? Strong to make good plays.
Go right after, boys. Right there, drop.
There's some fun out there too, boys, huh? That's why we start playing here.
Finish every check now. Finish every check. Win these battles.
Get a trophy here today, huh?
Here we go, boys. Here we go. Come on, kids.
It's the showtime, boys.
This is why you come to BC, right here. This is the main reason why you come to BC to be an Eagle. Right here.
We're going to roll over him, we're going to go buy him, we're going to go throw him, and we're going to let everybody know who the goddamn best team in Boston is right now. Here we go, boys.
Let the talent, the pride, and the brotherhood in this locker room tonight carry these Eagles to great heights. And at the end of this game, let the Eagles and no other team hold high Boston's greatest and most cherished hockey trophy.
Did you tell them anything special, Coach? BC, BU was all he said.
Here we go.
And for the hockey-mad people of Boston, that says it all. Both teams come out as expected, flying. Both goalies under pressure.
Lemos for the lead pass in. Both gets it back, but it's shot. Fields it safe. Here's a quick shot to go. Boston University is struck first.
Meyer and Gross crash to the ice, and I think that Freddie Meyer is going to get the gate here.
Penalties. Too many penalties.
Hey, they'll take a ton of them. They'll take a ton of them. Come on, gang.
The Achilles heel of the Terriers all year long.
Jack Parker's upset, but to be quite frank, the Terriers are losing their composure.
Quick shift here, Shanny. Quick shift.
The Boston College power play is just too potent to be given too many opportunities to prove it.
Boyce with a shot through traffic loose. Boyce's goal. The red light is on. Whistle blew. The whistle did indeed blow before the red light went on, and the penalty will be coming up against BU well before all of that.
A bad break for the Eagles. A quick whistle nullifies the tying goal.
They'll set it up here with plenty of time. Alberts tees it up and get knocked down and banged by a penalty coming up.
The familiarity between these two teams starts at the very top. When Jerry York played at Boston College High School, his main rival was Catholic Memorial and Jack Parker.
We knew each other probably 8th, 9th grade and would play in pickup games at different arenas. So at that time, it was a small cult of hockey, you know, and everybody kind of knew each other. And so we're well aware of each other's progress in high school and, you know, which college to just select. And, of course, he went to BU and I went to BC. We both have great pride in the institutions we represent.
Even after college, York saw Parker at least once a year when York coached at Clarkson.
We'd go up to Clarkson, St. Lawrence, and play them on Friday night and play St. Lawrence on Saturday. And after the game on Friday night, my staff would all go to Jerry's house with his staff and have a couple of beers and shoot the breeze.
York returned to BC 9 years ago, and now he and Parker recruit the same kids.
Stick up.
Parker is fiery. York, easy-mannered. Their relationship is defined in large measure by the successes gained in more than 40 years in competition with the other.
Jerry York, in large part, has come in and done a terrific job with the BC program. They've had a significant uptick in their competitiveness to the point where they've won a national championship, and it's really made the rivalry a lot less one-sided.
After one period of play, advantage to Parker's squad, 1-0.
You gotta start laying the rubber on him, huh? Put the f***ing rubber on him, go to the net. Let's go, boys. We rebound.
All right, hey, that wasn't our best, all right, that first period. Now we build from that and go on. Hey, just what we thought. They took 4 penalties, all right? Right on track, we thought. 8 minutes of penalties there.
That's it. That's it. We gotta stay out of the box. Once we get tired, all of a sudden we're cross-checking guys, banging guys, slopping guys. Let's just play hockey, boys. Let's just play hockey. It was a great kill and a lot of balls. Let's not have to do it every period.
We got lots in us, lots in us. Come on, Billy. Come on, Brett.
Hey, boys, let's go after him again. Let's go deserve to win this period. We won that period. We might have let something slip away at the end there. Let's make sure we deserve to win this period. Here we go.
Here we go. All right, go, boys.
As the second period got underway, the Boston College Eagles appeared ready to erupt at any moment. It didn't happen.
Vandergulek down central. Vandergulek, wrister and a goal! Dave Vandergulek gives the Terriers a 2-0 lead on the power play.
Come on, head up, we'll get it back.
23 seconds later.
Steele, McConnell back over the line, far circle, slapper to goal! Brian McConnell, far lane, beats Keltiainen, and the Terriers have a 3-0 lead with 10:34 left second period.
Picture the comeback, one at a time. We can win this game. Man, let's be strong to it. AJ, let's get us a goal right off this ship.
Brian McConnell had watched the semifinal game against Harvard in street clothes. Benched by Parker. Too many penalties. Tough punishment for a local kid like Brian. With a goal and an assist in his pocket already, guess it worked. You like apples? Look at my jersey.
Collins gets leveled by Brian McConnell.
How do you like them apples? Boston University alum Dennis O'Connell more than understands the local kid Beanpot connection. He lived it. A product of South Boston, he was on the Terrier team that won the Beanpot Championship in 1966. But it's the losses in the 64 and 65 Beanpot finals that may be more vivid in his mind today, because they came at the hands of Boston College, which was led by his good friend from South Boston, John Cuniff.
He rose to the occasion. He waited for those games. If he was going to score a goal, he'd go around the All-American defenseman and score on the All-American goaltender. And he did. Unfortunately for us, he did.
Cuniff was MVP of both the 1964 and 65 Beanpots. Son of a longshoreman, he wore number 2 on his back, a reminder of his home on 2nd Street.
Synonymous with hockey is kind of, you know, the quiet man, I call him. You know, he wouldn't tell you if your coat was on fire.
He was typical and he was not. Typical. Southie Irish, we have a tendency to talk a lot. We might be blowing smoke, we might be a little phony. But he did not elucidate much. How you feeling, Johnny? Good. How's the kid, good hockey player? He's a good hockey player.
Tough. We all thought we were tough growing up here in Southie. We kind of take some pride in that, but he truly was tough. He was physically tough and mentally tough. We'd be out there skating. John would be out there skating with weights on his skates. If we were out shooting, he'd be out shooting lead pucks. And I think the neighborhood embraced him because of the fact that they knew that he was doing it the hard way.
Fiercely competitive, fiercely loyal, and fiercely South Boston.
John Cuniff died in May after a battle with cancer. After college, he'd gone on to great success as a hockey coach with the Olympic team and in the NHL. But wherever hockey took him, he remained a Southie.
A Southie guy is giving. You don't have to say I and me, he'll say we. You care for the guy next door. You may not like him all that, but if the guy gets a flat tire, you help him fix it.
And so he came back from his international and professional assignments to work with kids in South Boston, making sure things were easier for them than they were for him. He couldn't afford skates. There were no youth hockey programs to give him structure. He was a self-made hockey player. The current director of South Boston Youth Hockey will always remember John Cuniff. He's John's brother, Ted.
We used to go visit him in Albany, New York. He was in a hospital in Albany. And so one Thursday, I got a phone call telling the family to come out to Albany, you know. So I figured they're going to say, you know, he's got a year to live and all that, you know. He was there, tough as nails. Gave everybody a kiss, told them he loved them, and he said, all right, everybody out of the room. My older brother stayed in the room. About 5 minutes later, he came in and he said, John passed away. He did everything his way. It was something.
Come on, we need one now. Come on, Dave. Come on, we need one now.
Jerry York played with Cuniff at Boston College, and the same sort of pride that drove Cuniff is within him. But right now, his team trails Boston University 3-0.
In the side of the net to Shannon. The in front, back to the point. Elvis with a shot. Field made the stop. Rebound. Tucked home. Shannon there, and the Eagles have their first goal of the night. Comes on the power play.
The Terriers over the line. Drop pass. McGowan walks in. McGowan shot. Saving. Keltianis. Rebound. Keltianis flattened his back. Covers up. That could have been the nail in the coffin, but for the moment, Keltianin keeps the Eagles in the game.
Come on, White, let's get that second one. Come on, Ty.
He stays with it, side of the circle, walk, slot, tipped in front, shot, save made! Oh, the left pad of Fields came out to rob Brian Giunta, and that will draw a call. So if there is any life left in the Eagles, we'll see it here with 3:36 to go. Another BC power play, their ninth.
Quick shifts. Let's get us a goal, David. Come on, let's get a goal. Ned, shoot pucks, huh?
Dan Eaves avoids the hit. And now skating top of the left circle. And Eaves in front, score! Boston College back within one. They pulled the goalie, and they're back within one with 1:33 left. Long shot. Fields makes the stop. In the corner. Time runs out. Boston University's done it again. They've won the Beanpot for the 25th time.
BU overcame 9 penalties and a 33-18 shot disadvantage to capture their 25th Beanpot championship in 51 years. Sean Fields was named the MVP, a memory which should prove most valuable when next he gazes out at an empty rink, summoning the concentration and the confidence to compete. This story ends here, but rest assured, future tellings of Beanpot 2003 will begin with the cold. It's a tale of one city, 4 schools, and a cast of characters in love with hockey.
The Beanpot is people. It's all the people who played in it. It's the officials. It's the score people. It's the fans. It's Boston. It's us.
And who are they? A balance of different accents and attitudes, backgrounds and fortunes, and common customs, like the Beanpot hockey tournament and Boston University's domination of it. Jack Parker and his team are the standard bearers in a community bound together by a hockey culture. a community that, for generations, has made proving grounds of the ice. And never is there more to prove than when they battle for a silver replica of an earthen jug of Boston beans on the first 2 Mondays in February.